Zen Buddhism is known for its use of stories and anecdotes to convey profound teachings and insights. Here's a classic Zen story. The sound of one hand clapping. One day a curious student approached his Zen master and asked, "Master, what is the sound of one hand clapping?" The master, a wise old monk, replied, "Go and meditate on this and come back when you have found the answer." The student was puzzled by this response but took it to heart and went to meditate in the nearby woods. Days turned into weeks, and still he couldn't find an answer to the question. Frustration grew within him, and he contemplated giving up. Then one evening, as he sat in deep meditation beneath a tree, he heard the rustling of leaves and the chirping of birds. Suddenly it struck him. The sound of one hand clapping was like the rustling of leaves and the chirping of birds, a sound of nature itself, without a second hand to make it complete. Ecstatic, the student returned to his master and recounted his realization. The master smiled and nodded in approval. "You have understood," he said. "The sound of one hand clapping is the sound of the universe, the sound of existence itself." This story illustrates a key aspect of Zen practice, the use of paradoxical questions or statements, kaons, to challenge the rational mind and lead the practitioner to a direct experiential understanding of reality beyond words and concepts. It emphasizes the importance of inner exploration and the discovery of profound truths through personal insight. The moon cannot be stolen. Ryokan, a Zen master, lived a simple and humble life in a small hut. One evening a thief came to his hut, looking for something valuable to steal. To his surprise, he found nothing but an empty room. Ryokan, who had been out walking, returned and caught the thief. Instead of becoming angry or calling for help, he said, "You may have come a long way to visit me, and you should not return empty-handed. Please take my clothes as a gift." The thief, moved by Ryokan's compassion, took the clothes and left. Ryokan watched him disappear into the night and then said with a smile, "No one can steal the moon." The farmer's luck. Once there was an old farmer who had worked his crops for many years. One day his horse ran away. His neighbors came to console him, saying, "What bad luck you have." The farmer replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" A few days later his horse returned, bringing with it a herd of wild horses. His neighbors came again, saying, "What good luck you have?" The farmer replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" Later the farmer's son tried to tame one of the wild horses and was thrown off, breaking his leg. Once again the neighbors came, saying, "What bad luck you have?" The farmer replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" Soon after, a war broke out, and the army came to the village to conscript young men. The farmer's son was spared because of his broken leg. His neighbors came, saying, "What good luck you have?" The farmer replied, "Good luck, bad luck, who knows?" This story illustrates the Zen concept of non-attachment and the idea that events are neither inherently good nor bad. Our judgments and interpretations give them meaning. The empty boat. A man was crossing a river when he noticed another boat coming toward him. At first he became angry, thinking the other boat was not paying attention and would collide with his own. But as the boat came closer, he saw that it was empty. When the empty boat bumped into his own, he realized there was no one to blame. He calmed down and let go of his anger. In doing so, he saved himself from unnecessary suffering. This Zen story teaches us about the futility of holding on to anger and resentment when there is no one to blame. It reminds us that we often carry emotional burdens that are, in essence, empty boats, and we can choose to let them go. The tea and the Nanin. Nanin, a Zen master during the Meiji era in Japan, once received a university professor who came to inquire about Zen. Nanin offered the professor tea. He poured the tea into the professor's cup until it overflowed and kept pouring. The professor watched the overflowing cup and said, "It's overfull, no more will go in." Nanin replied, "Like this cup, you are full of your own opinions and speculations. How can I show you Zen unless you first empty your cup?" This story highlights the importance of approaching Zen practice with an open and receptive mind, free from preconceived notions. The Buddha and the Flower. Once the Buddha held a silent sermon in which he simply held up a flower. Many disciples were puzzled, but one, Mahavamsa, smiled, signifying his understanding. The Buddha then said, "I possess the true Dharma I, the marvelous mind of nirvana, the true form of the formless, the subtle Dharma gate that does not rest on words or letters, but is a special transmission outside of the scriptures. This I entrust to Mahavamsa." This story marks the transmission of wisdom from teacher to student beyond words, illustrating the essence of Zen teaching. The Wild Fox Koan. Hogan, a Chinese Zen teacher, was asked, "Is there an afterlife for a dog?" Hogan responded, "I don't know." The student persisted, "But you're a Zen master. You should know." Hogan replied, "I am not a Zen master. I don't know." Later, when Hogan was about to die, he said, "Now I'm becoming like a dried-up tree on a sheer cliff. There's no place for a fox to get through." This koan highlights the Zen perspective of embracing uncertainty and the limitations of intellectual knowledge. These stories exemplify the wisdom and teaching methods of Zen masters, emphasizing direct experience, open-mindedness, and the importance of transcending conventional thinking to attain true insight.